During these last few months, I've been trained by Al-Qaeda that I'm weak and materialistic.
It's consumption. The only true, lasting American value that's left. Buying things.
I told our country and I told the world, if it feels good, do it.
People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway.
Too many of us now tend to worship self-indulgence and consumption.
And we have a great opportunity during this time of war to lead the world towards suicide and murder.
Human identity is no longer defined by what one does, but by what one owns.
O Viajante Eclético. Continue escutando O Viajante Eclético.
The views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the opinions of the people involved in the production. The broadcaster of this podcast do not claim to have absolute truth of anything. If so, the purpose of this podcast is merely to share and inform the listeners about ideas and points of view that may or may not align to the listeners' perceptions. Welcome to the second emission of this podcast of the Eclectic Traveler. I'm aware that many were probably disgusted by the divisiveness and the profanity found in the first podcast. You might feel identified with this view. The following commentary has been edited due to time reasons, and it was modified to make it sound ridiculous or inaccurate.
Young man, that was just messed up. I can't believe I've wasted 16 minutes of my life listening to that disgusting rhetoric. Besides being ridden with profanity, it was grossly exaggerated and frankly, pathetic. America's got its problems, but if it's so awful, why are you here? Do you think you'd be better off in Mexico, where your drug cartels are in Brazil? Obviously not, since you've decided to come here. A rising tide lifts all boats. Rich people on Wall Street create jobs that help others survive. The American dream still exists. Millions are living it, millions. The worst off people in the US are considered rich in many other nations. This country has given you an opportunity to come here and get a college education, and you come here and criticize it? Seriously?
Well, all I can say is...
respect. Keep it real. Keep your mind. Keep thinking. Keep studying. Safe. West Side.
And for all those that listen to the whole thing, regardless of the acceptance and disapproval of the message, I want to say to you, thank you. Thank you very much. After all, the purpose of this podcast, I believe, is to be an invitation to explore with me some relatively not well accepted socio-economic and political ideas. I do not want to change your views or be popular or force you to believe in what I believe. I want to share my thoughts. Have you ever had a thought that yells for freedom, meaning that you cannot keep it to yourself, you have to share it with someone else just to see what they think? There is a price that comes with expressing your mind. That is to be potentially accused of blasphemy for apparently speaking against something someone considers very religiously correct, such as the comment I share with you, and eventually be killed, depending on the level of the idea and the movement that is established by that idea. People and leaders such as Mandela, Gandhi, Luther King, even Jesus Christ himself.
Wait a minute. Are you considering yourself at the level of these guys?
Oh, whatever. It all comes down to the level by which that person defends his or her beliefs.
Beneath this mask there is an idea, Mr. Creedy. And ideas are bulletproof.
Whoa, hold it. Why are you getting so into it? I mean, are you a professional politician? Calm down for just a second, all right? And how about we go get something to eat? Would you be all right with that?
Right now? Well, I guess it's not a bad idea. Now you mention that.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. It's fine.
Okay, good. Let's go. I know the place. Oh, man, these tacos are good.
Yes, they are. I never thought you would like tacos. The salsa is good.
Easy, careful. The salsa, man. These babies cost me $200.
What? That is too much. You know that the real cost of those shoes doesn't even come to half of what you paid?
Well,
You're caught in the consumerism cycle that fosters materialistic attitudes and behaviors that will never satisfy you.
yo, man, well.
Well, I guess I'm getting too into it. Well, bottom line is that our society is dominated by this subliminal focus that by getting these overpriced goods, we are unique, when in reality we're turning into a photocopy of a lifeless stereotype.
Please, shut up, man. You cannot tell me you've never bought shoes like this.
Well, I did. And unfortunately, I was one of those lower middle class Latinos living in Latin America that would do anything to buy some soccer Nike shoes. You know, I wouldn't eat well so that after 4 or 5 months of saving money, I would go and spend it all in 2 pair of shoes or any other piece of clothes that to my personal perception would make me feel internally powerful and confident and somewhat superior to all those that would never afford for these goods.
Well, you should be surprised about the amount of people who do the exact same thing here in the US, especially with a lot more variety of sports. I was into basketball, and trust me, every kid dreamed about the newest pair of Nikes and Adidas.
And in Latin America, from the northern border of Mexico to the southern tip of Argentina, the love of showing off brands and overpriced goods is constant.
You know what, my friend? You remind me of an excellent song. You ever heard of Wings lately? It's the perfect depiction of what we're talking about.
Really? Who's the author?
Ben Haggerty, you know Macklemore. Dude's fresh to death. Here, let me show you.
I was 7 years old when I got my first pair, and I stepped outside, and I was like, Mama, this air bubble right here, it's gonna make me fly. I hit that court, and when I jumped. I swear I got so high, I touched the net. Mom, I touched the net. This is the best day of my life. Air Maxes were next. That air bubble, that mesh, the box, the smell, the stuffing, the tread at school. I was so cool, I knew that I couldn't crease them. My friends couldn't afford them. 4 stripes on their Adidas. On the court, I wasn't the best, but my kicks were like the pros. Yo, I stick out my tongue so everyone could see that logo. Nike Air Flight book bag was so dope. And then my friend Carlos's brother got murdered for his 4s. Whoa. See, he just wanted a jump shot, but they wanted to start a cult, though. Didn't want to get caught. From Genesee Park to Othello, you could clown for those probings with the Velcro, those were not tight. I was trying to fly without leaving the ground, cause I wanted to be like Mike, right? Wanted to be him, I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to touch the rim, I wanted to be cool, and I wanted to fit in. I wanted what he had. America, it begins.
I wanna fly, can you take me far away? Give me a star to reach for, tell me what it takes, and I'll go so high, my feet won't touch the ground. This is my wings and pull the strings. I bought these strings that all fall.
We want what we can't have. The commodity makes us want it. So expensive, damn. I just got to flaunt it, got to show 'em. So exclusive, this, that new shit. $100 for a pair of shoes. I would never hoop in. Look at me, I'm a cool kid. I'm an individual, yeah, but I'm part of a movement. My movement told me be a consumer, and I consumed it. They told me to just do it, I listened to what that swoosh said. Look at what that swoosh did. See it consume my thoughts. Are you stupid? Don't crease them, just leave them in that box. Strangled by these laces, I can barely talk. That's my air bubble and I'm lost. If it pops, we are what we wear what we are. But see, I look inside the mirror and think Phil Knight tricked us all. Will I stand for change or stay in my box? These Nikes help me define me, but I'm trying to take mine off.
wanna fly, can you take me far away? Give me a star to reach for, tell me what it takes, and I'll go so high, my feet won't touch the ground. Just hitch my wings and pull the strings. I bought these dreams that all fall down.
It started out with what I wear to school that first day. Like these are what make you cool. And this pair, this would be my parachute. So much more than just a pair of shoes. Nah, this is what I am. What I wore, this is the source of my youth. This dream that they sold to you. $400 and some change. Consumption is in the veins. And now I see it's just another pair of shoes.
Are you advocating that Nike is an evil corporation?
White people get all freaked out when we talk about consumerism.
I am frankly disgusted by your liberal ideas. That is all you are. Liberal, anti-progressive, amateur broadcasts, and communists. The people need to spend money in order for this country to grow. Get back to your country if you don't like how things are here.
Well, I don't consider myself a communist, but that's interesting what you just said.
Which part? The part that you can get out of this country?
Well, the part that, spending money is more beneficial for the economy, for our country. I mean, yes, but no.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, the problem is not spending as a whole, rather spending in things you don't really need to. Tangible things that won't make you better off. Instead, it will increase an open appetite for truly invaluable materialism.
If you want to live in a wealthy nation, you have to pay the price. Remember, a rising tide lifts all boats.
In theory, it sounds correct. Yeah, I give you that. But we forget that prosperity of a nation can only be determined by GDPs or how much we spend. I mean, there are plenty of side effects.
Like what?
Like profiting regardless of the social or environmental cost. Human stereotypes that destroy the sense of self-confidence and acceptance. States and corporations lucratively merging, and many more.
So are you against capitalism and free markets?
Sorry to disappoint you, but for the record, macroeconomically speaking, there's no capitalism per se in practice.
So what do you claim we have?
Well, the market system suggests a corporatist structure. In other words, the rightest stage of an economic spectrum. But getting back to our topic about consumerism, all these side effects we mentioned are not exclusively describing the US. Don't take it personal. It also includes the 196 countries officially recognized by the UN and the dozens more that are not recognized by this institution. The difference is the amount of people that are immersed in this pool within each nation. We will leave you with this song called...
If it has profanity, I'd rather not.
I'm not interested in the profanity. I'm not putting a song or a speech for the sake of profanity. If the point being made outweighs the 2 or 3 words, bad words, then I will listen to it, okay? Getting back to you, this is Lily Allen, The Fear.
I wanna be rich and I want lots of money. I don't care about clever, I don't care about funny. I want loads of clothes and fuck loads of diamonds. I heard people die while they're trying to find them. And I'll take my clothes off and it will be shameless, cause everyone knows that's how you get famous. I'll look at the sun and I'll look in the mirror. I'm on the right track, yeah, I'm on to a winner. I don't know what's right and what's real anymore. I don't know how I'm meant to feel anymore. When do you think it will all become clear? 'Cause I'm being taken over by a fear. Life's about film stars and less about mothers. It's all about fast cars and cussing each other. But it doesn't matter, cause I'm packing plastic, and that's what makes my life so fucking fantastic. And I am 'cause I'm killing them all on my own little mission. Now I'm not a saint, but I'm not a sinner, and everything's cool as long as I'm getting thinner. I don't